What's going on, everybody? It's Popular Video Games here, chilling out, Max. I'm doing my thing. Welcome to The Flash, Season 3, Episode 9. Alright, y'all. Now, this episode leaves off from the previous episode where Wally West kills Power Outage and Vandal Savage is revealed to be the partner of Robert Queen. Now, this takes place in the Arrow Cave. Back in the Arrow Cave, Diggle and Thea are still recovering from their wounds. Thea is just taking a nap, and Diggle's gunshot wound is keeping him down. Cisco and Barry are still trying to break through Power Outage's blood to steal the Black Flash's speed. Now, Wally runs back to the city to check on Iris. Iris is now working as a task force for the new metahuman problem. Police in this time only monitor the metahuman problem. Now, she already knows his identity, so he doesn't have to worry about being sneaky when he goes up. He can just run right up to her and just talk to her. Now, Felicity curiously asks Barry more about the other timeline. Felicity wants to know what her role really was in there. Cisco grabbed her hand and showed her everything. Felicity was getting a great memory of Oliver, showing that they're about to be in love, showing they were in love, showing the good times, but it also crashed on the bad times of how dead friends, people morally wounded. It was just always hell for her. And after that, she pushed Cisco's hand away and said, in either timeline, I'm still in hell. Switching back to Wally, because of the Flash's overall importance in this whole war, he can simply just run to the police station and get in contact with anybody he needs. So, Wally West came into the police station to get in contact with Iris. Now, he's directed to Iris in the boardroom. Now, Iris immediately leaves out of a meeting to go talk to Wally. Now, she tells him how they just took down a big shark and the eye trick guy. That was the guy with the red eyes who can control people's emotion. Yeah, they're dead. Now, she asks Wally what's wrong. Wally tries to play it off, but you know how the CW gave her powers of perception beyond human or aliens. So, Wally tells Iris about the timeline changing. She worries that he's suffering from a mental illness from his speed because that family, other than Barry, are fucking idiots when it comes to science. Now, he tells her to believe him. Now, she just looks confused. She smiles and says that I think you need to take a load off. Wally gets up, takes his mask off, turns around in a very angry fashion. Now, Iris also asks about Barry. Wally questions as to why she asked about him. Now, Iris says that she hasn't seen him in a while and wants to make sure he's okay. Wally says that he has seen Barry around, but he doesn't pay that much attention to him. Now, Iris just plays it off as the whole big brother trying to look out for sister, sister's crush and everything, trying to keep her away from him. Now, Wally says not to trust him, and that falls under the line of, Big Brother just being overprotective. She says why. He says that you wouldn't believe me, and she says, right, okay, I'll be at work. She kisses her brother on the cheek and leaves. Back at Star City, Thea helps Diggle to his apartment. The two joke about how it used to be the other way around. Diggle joining the anti-meta division at Argus. His skills far exceeded hers, and in missions, she used to be the one getting hurt the worst. Diggle jokes saying that he's not hurt at all, nearly falling, and Thea manages to catch him, holding him up against the wall in kind of a way that can be perceived as kind of a hint to a Thea slash Diggle in the series. Now, they look into each other's eyes, and Diggle opens the door, using his hand behind him. Thea says, wow, this is the first time I've actually been to your place in years. Diggle says, yeah, my mansion in the sky. Sorry it's not like the Queen's. Thea looks sad at the comment, saying that with all the money and material things, she never felt love from her parents. Even before her mother divorced Robert, Thea was always seen as second best compared to Oliver. After Oliver's death, it just got so much worse. Now, Thea's mom is gone. Robert used to always say that why couldn't it have been Thea instead of Oliver? It used to kill Thea every time he said it to her. Now, Diggle holds her hand and sits next to her. She smiles and she says that I've only felt like I belonged when I was with you. Diggle says that after everything he's lost, he couldn't bear to lose her most of all. He says, you're the most important person to me in the world. They both look at each other and kiss. Thea is on top of Diggle on the couch making out when she stops blushing and runs out of the room. Diggle looks confused and laughs at her, saying that she's just like a teenager. Thea slowly opens the door, stares at Diggle and says, I'll see you tomorrow, blushing, and runs out. Next scene in the unknown location, Harley and Laurel are actually walking to the HQ of Troth, the technological revolution of humanity. Now, this group's goal is to fight to end the meta-human civil war. Unlike the other powers who want to harness the meta's powers, Troff's goal is to take down the metas and the powers wanting to control the meta. That includes higher up governments, important people with big pockets, and Argus. Now, in order for you to actually have a rebel base like this, you have to have a leader who not only can perceive events, but actually know when the events are coming. Yes, people, Rip Hunter is back! Yes, the leader of Trough is Rip Hunter. Rip managed to save his family from Vandal Savage, but this timeline is the only one where he can go to where his family will not get killed over and over. So now he fights to make this place a better world for everybody here, including his family. Now, Rip and his top lieutenants, aka Hartley and Laurel. Now, he talks to them about a mission control where metahumans have taken humans for sale on the sex trade. They go to the location to run into a metahuman who can control the weather. They find the Clyde and they also see an unknown female partner. As they move in closer, the partner actually sees them. Now, this woman is highly known in the sex trade market. Now, Laura actually makes a comment about how she looks like a clown. She smiles and throws a knife directly at Laurel, nearly cutting her damn vocal cords. Now, Hartley actually goes to try to help her when Clyde blows Canary and Hartley away with a big gust of wind, sending Laurel flying and Hartley lying on the ground. Hartley activates his gauntlets to send a shockwave to Clyde. Now the shockwave causes Clyde to become a vegetable-like state. It basically stops messages being sent to and from the brain. Hartley, taking a quick breath, looks around to make sure Laurel is okay when out of nowhere he gets smacked in the face by a metal bat. Harley Quinn throws it right at him. Now, you see Laura actually getting up and throwing an electrical ball at Harley, but Harley Quinn jumps out the way with her amazing athleticism and dodges it. Now, Laurel gets up to fight Harley one on one, but gets smashed into the car door by Harley's kicks. Now, without Neza, there's no assassin trading that Laurel can take, so she cannot take on Harley Quinn. Now, Harley Quinn punches Laurel several times until Laurel coughs up blood. Laurel hits Quinn with her baton, sending Quinn actually stumbling back a bit, breaking her nose. Now, Quinn starts to claw at Laurel's eyes until Hartley wakes up, hits Quinn with a blast so powerful it sends her flying, breaking her neck on the windowsill. Now, Hartley checks on Laurel as the building explodes. They smile at each other. They see Robert using his arrow to run off. Now, Robert actually lands on the ground and runs into three different metas. He runs into a lizard one, he runs into Jeremy Tail, and he runs into Swana Base. Now, they stop and tell Robert that the higher ups have been wanting to meet him again. Now, Robert says that you'll have to tell that cold hearted bitch to go to hell. He throws a mini arrow and nearly misses Swana. Now, the lizard charges at Robert only to be stopped by an electrical arrow to the neck. Lizard falls down, Swana teleports back over to Tail, comes up with a plan with Tail, letting him know that she will distract him, and all Tail has to do is hit him with those cards. Now, the plan actually works with Tail landing 5 hits, but not enough for major blood loss. Robert waits, and as soon as Swana teleports again, he sticks an arrow through her eye. Now, the thing is, she always teleported behind him, so he predicted where she would teleport next. She falls. Tails tries to take Robert, even wounded. Robert was still able to outmaneuver Tail and throw a mini arrow in his heart. He looks at the lizard, and the lizard takes out the arrow and begins to charge at Robert again. The lizard dodges the second arrow that Robert shoots at him. Robert is hit with enough force to send him flying upward 9 feet. The lizard grabs him, and when he does, Robert hits him in the arm with a hidden knife. The lizard drops him, and Robert turns and sticks the electrical arrow into the creature's stomach. Robert notices the cuts were healing around the arrow and around the arm. Now, he contacted the Queen's guards to come because now Robert Queen has a new metahuman power that he has to experiment with. Hartley and Laurel watch this. Meanwhile, in an unknown location, you can see the Black Flash walking into an unknown field, and an opening appears in the sky. A voice talks to him, asking why is the Flash not here. The Black Flash explains that it's going to take time to gain the individual known as Barry. Now, Black Flash also explains how the people around him have becoming a bit of a problem. Now, the person talking to him is the Speed Force. The Speed Force says, I see into that dark heart of yours. You want nothing but revenge against Barry. The Speed Force warns the Black Flash that he is not allowed to kill him, only to bring him to the Speed Force. Black Flash explains that he's using Wally in order to gain access to Barry. All he has to do is wait, and he has plenty of time. Now the portal closes. Black Flash takes off his mask at a nearby lake and remembers how he used to look, and he also remembers a faint name, Caitlin. Now, back at the Arrow Cave, Barry asks Hartley about code names. He explains that those are letters of this meta-human war. No one has seen them, or they have, but they haven't just made the connection. There's been a few fire metas, but no ice ones, and the one named Grodd is a mystery. Barry says the name sounds familiar, but for some reason he can't remember much of it at the moment. Now, if you guys remember, he's suffering from the same time problem as Ray and Kendra when they were abandoned in, I believe it was 1950. Being in that time, you forget about the time you are from, but the team doesn't know that yet. Same thing happened with Laurel when she was left in that time period for the League of Assassins. She completely forgot everybody. Now, the Arrow Cave is getting real quiet until Cisco yells. Everyone runs over. Everyone, I mean Felicity and Barry. Thea and Diggle are still away from the Arrow Cave. Now, he explains that he needs more of the sample to generate anything to use against Wally runs in. Cisco says that I'm used to that being you, Barry. Cisco says that he needs more of this sample. The whole body will be perfect, even if it's smashed. Wally says that it's in a cryo lockup at the task force. He'll use Iris to get it. Barry says, how is she? Wally angrily asks, why do you want to know? Barry backs up and Wally says that he'll get it, runs off, and Cisco says, that guy really does not like you. Barry says, yeah, I figured. Wally races off to see his sister, still having a plan in mind to give Barry over to the Black Flash. Guys, thanks again for watching episode 9 of The Flash Season 3, my own original series where I basically make entire predictions of it using these amazing character models. People have been showing major support. I'm getting hundreds of people every video. I truly love it. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. Now, stay tuned for the next episode where you're going to actually see Wally and Iris get into a major situation and meet some of the leaders of the Metahuman War. Peace out, y'all, and talk to you later.